What's going, guys? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I sold out of Alibaba stock, right? But before that, I want to just talk about my upload schedule, right? Because I haven't uploaded a video in about 150 days, so that's about 5 months, right? So what's the reason for this? Is because I don't really feel like uploading videos is the best use of my time right now. So currently, my focus is on stacking more books onto that bookshelf and gaining knowledge. And also, I have some bigger fish to fry in my own life as well, right? So that's why I also slowed down the uploading. So I will be back uploading videos eventually, right? I don't know when. I cannot make any promises, but I need to solve some things in my personal life as well, and I need to fry these bigger fishes. And then when I have the time freedom, I'll be back making videos again, right? Because I actually really do enjoy making videos, but at the moment it doesn't seem like this making videos is a good use of my time, and I don't feel like I can add that much value right now, right? So let's get into the topic of why I sold out of Alibaba. Right? So I sold Alibaba a few days ago, around 82 Hong Kong dollars, right? So some people may be asking, oh my god, did you get shaken out? Are you scared because you took a few losses? So not really. I think I was somewhere here. I was holding Alibaba throughout this valley, right? So it's not really that I got shaken out or I got scared out of the position. It's not because of that, right? It's because the fundamentals have really changed, right? I still think Alibaba and all these Chinese companies are still very beaten down and very cheap, right? But at this current point in time, I cannot own any Chinese stocks, right? Because of all this conflict, right? When I first initially entered the position, the risk of all this conflict wasn't so high, right? Because the US was still playing, call it the police officer of the world, right? But as time evolved and we are where we are now, I can see that the US has lower capacity to play policeman of the world now, right? Because of the domestic issues that they're having, because of the war in Russia and Ukraine, there's a lot of waning support, meaning people don't want to support all this anymore, right? Because they have a lot of domestic issues. Then they're like, why are we sending our resources to other countries, right? So I think the risk of China invading Taiwan has drastically increased, right? It used to be like a 1% risk in my mind. Now it's maybe more like a 10, 15, or maybe 20% risk, right? Especially when you see that this Israel-Hamas war happened, right? The US cannot do that much, right? And now, if a layman like me can figure that out, right, that the US has their hands tied when there's all these conflicts, right, and they cannot play policeman of the world, right? Do you think the people on the top government in China cannot figure this out? That the US they have their own domestic problem. Of course, China also has their own domestic problem, and this is also fuel to the fire, right? The more domestic problems you have, the more outwards you look to solve your domestic problem, right? Because when you have domestic issues, you need to unite the country, right? And how did US do this in the past? They went for wars. Some people might dispute, oh, whether this happened or that happened, but if you look at all the historical data, most of the time when a country has internal conflict, they look outwards, right? They look for a war because wars really unite the country in itself, right? There's a lot of nationalism when there's a war, right? Everyone will love the country, everything like that, right? And they'll forget about the internal issues just for a while, right? While there's a common enemy, right? So I'm not trying to make this video too long. So that's why I sold out, right? So I did take a bit of a loss. I think my entry price was around 87 Hong Kong dollars and I sold out at 82. So I sat in this position for about 1 year and I lost money. So that's not a huge thing to say that, oh my god, I lost so much money, I lost so much opportunity cost, which it did happen, but this is investing, right? So I still think it's very cheap. The reason I can't be in it is because, as I mentioned, right? So what am I going to do with the proceeds of selling this? I'm mostly looking to invest in some Swedish companies, right? Mainly Technion and also Evolution, right? These two companies are on my watch list, right? And another one is Hims and Hers, right? I'm another stock that I'm buying. So I'm looking to add into all these positions, and I'm still looking to add more shares, right? That's why I mentioned that I have personal things in my life going on, so I'm trying to raise more capital to invest in more shares as well, right? I'm going to continue investing. I'm not like, oh, I'm downbeaten, I'm out of here, right? I lost some money on Alibaba. I still think this is the way for me in future. I will still continue investing, right? And I think this is just the start of my investing journey, right? I don't think this is the end of my investment journey, right? So yeah, this will probably be just an update because I feel obligated to update you guys, right? Especially because I take quite huge positions, right? I think Alibaba was about 30 to 40% of my portfolio before I sold it. So I take quite huge position. So you can see that I cannot afford to have maybe this happen and then 30 or 40% of my portfolio is just wiped out, right? So I can no longer take those risks, right? If you're taking 5% positions or something like that, this is a risk you can afford, right? So this will probably be an update for quite a long time. I won't really be making that many videos to keep updating until I've figured out everything that I need to do in my life, you know, read more, some personal things that I really don't want to share on YouTube and stuff like that, right? So until I solve all this and I have more time freedom, then I'll come back and I'll make more videos, right? And I'm also looking to liquidate some assets to basically have more money to invest, right? In crypto as well as stocks, right? So yeah, that's about all I wanted to share today. If you did enjoy the video, do help me smash up the like button, hit subscribe, and also hit the bell button. But I'll be uploading in future. I don't know when, but I'll be back, right, guys? Don't worry about me.